Alright, Chapter 12, Test Review, 1 through 10. Number 1 says, identify and describe the solid produced by rotating the figure around the given axis. Okay, so we're going to rotate around this green axis, and if you take a look at this point here, and if it spins around this axis and we actually map where it goes, okay, kind of makes a weird looking circle, and then you take this point up here and map it the same way. And then if we take this edge length and we map where it goes, you start to see that it kind of looks like a drum or a can. Well, it's actually a cylinder. And then a way you can describe it is it has a radius of 5 and it has a height of 10. And that's it for number 1. Alright, number 2, it says tell whether the solid is a polyhedron. Okay, in order for a shape to be a polyhedron, it has to be made up of other polygons, and it can't have curves, so no curves. So here we have a sphere, and the whole thing is curves, so it's not a polyhedron. Number 3, it's the same directions tell whether or not it's a polyhedron. Well, as you can see, it's made up of rectangles and triangles, and we know that those are polygons, okay, and we don't have any curves, so yes, it is a polyhedron. Alright, number 4, it says describe the shape formed by the intersection of the plane of the solid. Alright, so all it's asking for is what shape shows up on that piece of paper that you slice your shape with. Well, if you take a look at this, that's a rectangle. And that's your answer. Number 5, it says find the volume of the cylinder. Alright, so the volume formula for a cylinder is going to be pi r squared h. Okay? So we can see that 5.5 is our R, and we can see that 7.8 is the height of our cylinder. Alright, now plug and chug. V equals pi, radius is 5.5, and we have our height, which is 7.8, and then when you plug that into your calculator, okay, so in terms of pi, it's 42.9 pi, and if you actually multiply by pi, you get 134.7 centimeters cubed. And you have to remember, since it's volume, it's going to be cube. Alright, number 6, it says find the volume of the pyramid. If you recall from your pink sheet, the volume formula for a pyramid is 1/3 base area times height. Okay? Well, to find out what big B is, you have to look at your base. Well, looking at this picture, we see that it's a square. The way you find the area of a square is going to be length times width, so 5 times 5. And we need the height of our pyramid, which is going to be 9. And plug and chug. So volume is equal to 1/3, 5 times 5 times 9. And when you plug that into your calculator, you get 75 centimeters cubed. Alright, number 7, it says find the volume of the composite solid. Okay, so you have to think to yourself, what are these shapes? Well, the bottom shape is a prism, okay, and so we're going to take the volume of the prism and we're going to add it to the volume of the pyramid. Okay, so those are two different volume formulas. So the volume of the prism is going to be length times width times height. And then the volume of the pyramid is going to be 1/3 base area, which in this case we know that the base is a rectangle or square. So it's going to be length times width times the height of our pyramid. Okay, so the length is 12, the width is 12, the height is 12, so 12 times 12 times 12, plus 1/3, we see that the length is 12, the width is 12, and the height of our pyramid is 9. So when we plug this into our calculator, we should get, let's see, 1,728 plus 432. So together the total volume is 2,160 inches cubed. Number 8, it says find the surface area of a sphere. If you don't know it off the top of your head, you can look at your pink sheet. And we know that surface area is equal to 4/3, nope, just kidding. Surface area is 4 pi r squared. And all we have to do is identify what our radius is. In this case, it's 7. Okay, so you just plug it into your formula. Surface area is equal to 4 pi 7 squared. In terms of pi, you just multiply your numbers. You get 196 pi, which is approximately 615.44 centimeters squared. And don't forget, since it's area this time, it's going to be squared on your units. Number 9, it says a box of golf balls contains 10 balls. Each golf ball has a diameter of 3.6 centimeters. What is the total volume of golf balls in the 3 boxes? Okay, so first thing we need to do is find the volume of one golf ball. Okay, and we know that a golf ball is in the shape of a sphere, and that's 4/3 pi r cubed. Alright, so the first thing you need to find is your radius, and it gives you your diameter. So what you have to do is actually take 3.6 divided by 2, which is 1.8, I believe. Yeah, it's 1.8. And that is going to be your radius that you're going to plug in. Okay, so the volume of one ball is 4/3 pi 1.8 cubed, which is approximately, which is 24.429 centimeters cubed. Alright, now, that's for one ball. We have 10 balls in one box, so you need to take this number and multiply it by 10. Okay, once you do that, you get 244.29 centimeters cubed. Now, that's the volume of the golf balls in one box. And we want to know how much it is in 3 boxes. So take that number and, you guessed it, multiply it by 3. When you do that, you end up getting the volume to be a total of 732.87 centimeters cubed. And that is your total volume. Last problem, number 10. You will actually be seeing this on your final as well, so make sure you really pay attention. Okay. Number 10, we need to find the volume of the composite solid. Well, first things first, I see that I have a cylinder. Okay. And I also see that I have 2 hemispheres that have the same radius. So what that means is when I put those together, I end up getting one whole sphere. Okay, so if I want to find the total volume, I'm going to take the volume of the cylinder plus the volume of a sphere, and I should get my composite solid. Okay, well, the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times the height of the cylinder, or the length, plus, and the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Alright, now we need to actually identify what each of my variables are. Okay, well, I see 4 is going to be my radius, so I'm going to plug in a 4 for radius in both places. And I see that the length of my cylinder is 13, so that goes in for height. And if I take a quick look, it looks like I already have everything I need to plug in. So pi 4 squared times 13 plus 4/3 pi 4 cubed. Alright, so when you actually plug that into your calculator, In terms of pi, it's 208 pi plus 256 over 3 pi. And if you add those together, you get 880 over 3 pi. And when you multiply your pi, it's going to be approximately 921.5 centimeters cubed. Okay? Alright, that's it for 1 through 10.